Good morning. You reached 895themix.com, the people's voice, the people's choice. 895themix.com, the place you go for your personal conversations, for your business information, and for your spiritual inspiration. 895themix.com, available online or on the TuneIn app.
And good morning.
Good morning, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm Lisa Santiago McNeil.
And I'm Brian Keith McNeil.
This is
About last night.
About last night. So yesterday we decided once again last night to come up with a topic for today. And there was some particularly difficult stuff going on. I know we don't want to necessarily jump right into it because we do know that people are joining. The audience is being galvanized and all of that. No, it's not you. I'll fix it. Didn't mean for that to get all discombobulated. Can you see you on there?
I can see me, yes.
Okay, great. Because I don't know why this is not tightened up. So we'll get that done.
Turn.
Yeah, I will turn it. I just got to tighten it first. So it's okay. We're getting the audiences. Hey, Andre, good morning. Good morning. That's Andre Fraser.
Good morning, sir. How you doing, brother? Man, I wish you was live on this one because this morning's topic is going to be really, really good.
It is.
And Andre, I really want to figure out a way to get you live with us. You know he invited us for his show too.
We're going to figure out that.
Yeah.
Turn the whole thing over.
Yeah. Yep, like that. Okay, good.
All right, good. I'm going to try to get in frame. This is not really that comfortable. Karina Cole is watching.
Karina out of Greensboro. How you doing?
And Andre says
the fashion diva, Karina Cole.
Oh, okay. Fashion diva. There you go. I think that.
All right, that's good. That's good. Okay,
there
good.
We go.
So let's go to work. Come on.
Okay. So throw down your bags and fight for yourself. You want to give the preface to the story?
I do. Last night, my wife and I had a very, very intimate conversation about, all the things that are going on in our world and all the busyness and all the distractions, and so much of it is good, but so much of it is pressing. And it was reminding me of a story that Les Brown's first book was called Live Your Dreams. And I had that book, and this is going to date myself, but I had that book on two cassettes. That book was on 2 cassettes.
At least it wasn't an 8-track.
It wasn't an 8-track. But I used to listen to that in the car between sales calls. Uh-huh. And there was this one story that I think kind of fits. And it's a story about when 12-year-old Les Brown, his mother, Miss Mamie Brown, sent him to the grocery store to get some groceries. And he had 2 arms. It was in paper bag groceries. Yeah. And he had 2 arms full. Uh-huh. And he was walking home with these 2 arms full of grocery bags. Now, his next door neighbor, they had 2 sons that were about his age. Mm-hmm. And they had been wrestling with each other in the front yard. Now, their dad was on the front porch, and her dad saw them, and he said, "Why don't y'all stop fighting each other and go jump on that neighbor boy?" And they did. So Les Brown, whose mother had instilled in him the importance of groceries, he took a beating. He was holding onto the grocery bags, and these guys were punching on him and kicking him and smacking him around. And he was trying to get a kick in. He was trying to fight for himself, but he had his arms full. Yeah. And this was going on. And his mother overhears the commotion, and she comes to the door, and she sees what's going on.
Good morning, Melissa.
And she says, "Throw down those bags and fight for yourself." Mm-hmm. And his mother told him that. Mm-hmm. He dropped those bags, and he got after those boys. "Throw down those bags and get after them. Fight for yourself." He did. And after that, he punished them boys. And they went to fighting with each other after that. They didn't mess with him anymore. Mm-hmm. But so much of the time in our lives, we are carrying around bags. Okay. And some of these bags are distractions. Some of these bags are people distractions. Mm-hmm. Some of these bags are holding on to things that we should have let go so that we can fight for ourselves. Mm-hmm. And frankly, without dropping some bags, we're not going to be able to fight for ourselves.
So I love that story. And good morning, Melissa Hall, watching us all the way in the Bahamas.
The Bahamas!
You guys are doing well after the storm and recovering and pulling everything together. Happy Friday morning from the Bahamas. Amen. And hit those little love buttons. I love
She likes the love buttons, y'all, if y'all didn't know.
I love the love buttons. Good morning, Nikki Love. Good morning. We love you too. Donna Neely is watching. So as as I think
Donna
about...
is an amazing fitness trainer.
Okay, fitness trainer.
Yes, and her body shows it too.
Okay.
She's a product of her service.
Well, we're going to have to check Donna's page out, Donna Neely. But when I think about that, put down your bags, and then having to remember the reason why he was not putting down the bags, okay?
Okay.
The reason why he was not putting down the bags, because like you said, his mother had instilled, I'm picking up, I got a little Melissa, his mama had instilled in him. No. His mother had instilled in him the importance of protecting the groceries, the importance of taking care of those things. How many things in our life, there was a time and a place for it.
Yes.
And so that's where we get to the place in our lives. We've got these responsibilities. We've got these commitments to people. We've got these, sometimes you might call it white noise, the things that are there, right? That we have been taught to honor and respect. But at this particular season, he's getting his ass kicked. Excuse my language.
Yes.
Put that stuff down so that you can take care of yourself, and then pick the groceries back up.
Yes.
Pick the people back up. Pick the things back up that you want to move forward
after you
fought for yourself.
That's another reason to love you, sweetheart, because I didn't have that perspective.
Thank you.
I didn't think about the stuff of why he was holding on to them and taking a beating.
Yeah.
You know, why would he hold on to them and take a beating?
Of respect for his mother.
And what he had instilled in him.
Tradition.
His tradition or education.
Yes.
Maybe his mother had punished him if he didn't.
Why you put those groceries, because maybe he put them down in the past to play. Maybe on his way from the grocery store, he put the groceries down to play and got that whooping and learned, you don't put these bags down for nothing.
Right.
But that's why, and this is a whole nother tangent. I was on someone's page today talking about something else. I'm not even going to bring it in because it'll spark a whole different fervor. But that's why the spirit of the thing is so much more important than the letter of the law.
Wow. I think that's important what you just said. The spirit of the bags we holding on.
The spirit of it.
The things that led up into that. Mm-hmm. You know, we titled this "Throw Down Those Bags."
Throw down those bags
and fight for yourself.
And fight for yourself.
Because
what are you fighting for?
Well, we also know there's friends of ours that are fighting for stuff and that are experiencing some frustrations. And from the outside looking in, even though we know them well, it looks like if they was to let go of one or two things that they're holding on to, they could more effectively fight for themselves.
But for whatever reason, and like I said, I don't say this callously, because some of those reasons are tied to commitments that they've made, to belief systems that they have, and all of those things are very difficult to release. And
one of them in particular, I'm going to say it here, and because this is our juke joint, to quote my wife.
This here our juke joint.
This here our juke joint, to quote my wife. You know, sometimes those bags are jobs.
Yeah.
Sometimes those bags are jobs that we hold on to hating, but we keep it because we've had it instilled in us to keep a job.
Well,
don't leave a good job.
With them good benefits.
With them good benefits. On the original Kings of Comedy DVD, at the end of the DVD, they had the extras, you know.
Thank you.
And there was a conversation between Cedric the Entertainer.
Melissa just shared our video. Thank you so much for sharing it.
There was a conversation between Cedric and Bernie Mac and D.L. Hewley. And they was talking about how when they left their job, and Steve, when they left their jobs, how their family just completely railed against them. I think one of the guys was working for Coca-Cola, and their mother and them was like, how can you leave that good job with those good benefits? And the other comedians who had done the same thing kind of got a chuckle about that. But they all had similar stories of people trying to talk them out of going for their dreams. Talk them out of it.
It doesn't take much to make me cry. But that is definitely one of those things that makes me cry because, or it makes me want to cry, like I got to hold it back. Because I don't have anything against jobs. I understand that there's a season and a time and a means to an end for jobs. But I believe so fervently that every one of us has a specific, particular gift that we are intended to bring to the universe that would solve some of the stuff, some of the problems that we have in the universe. But because of the fear of the reality that it takes something to get to the manifestation of that.
There's some short-term pain.
There's some short-term pain. And short-term ain't just a couple of days. Sometimes short-term can be years.
That's right.
If you look at these quote-unquote overnight successes,
they say it takes 15 years
to become an overnight
success.
Right. So most people don't have that. And even thinking of it from an artistic point of view, artists, people that are just wonderfully gifted artists, they call them starving artists for a reason.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Whether they're painters or whether they're crafters or whether they're comedians, all of these people have put in time to make what they have, but they've made it at great sacrifice.
I always admire, we have this conversation almost every day about how I and you, we spilling all over yourself. It's not closed. Okay.
Well, sorry.
The lid is not closed. But how we admire people that are going for something in any kind of way. They're going for something. They're attempting to be singers. They're attempting to be actors. They're attempting to be whatever it is that they're attempting to be. And they're actually showing up and going for that thing. We admire that. Those people, and one of the words you just said when you was talking about it was the sacrifice that people have to make to do that. This is titled Throw Down Your Bags and Fight for Yourself. And what I'm hoping will happen is that we inspire someone that's on here to tell someone else that same story about how you sometimes have to throw down your bags and fight for yourself. And maybe that'll inspire somebody to rethink something.
Yeah.
And maybe that'll inspire someone to drop something that's only an anchor.
A time and a place and a season for all things and everything under the sun. So there's a time. The time is 3 minutes left.
We got 3 minutes left in the show. That's it? Okay, cool.
Yes. And understanding that there may be a time where you have to plant and you have to till. But there's also a time for the harvest. And that it will come if you don't faint. Now,
in the 2.5 minutes I have left, I want to tell another thing.
Go ahead.
And it's my thing versus your thing.
Thing
versus your thing. And I consider the jobs that people do to keep the bills paid, that's your thing. That's your thing. And you should keep on doing your thing to maintain your stuff. But I call your thing, your THANG, and I originally got this concept from a great speaker that I love and respect, Victor Antonio. I call that your thing, THANG, your thing. And if your thing is coaching, if your thing is speaking, if your thing is working on cars, if your thing is personal training, I'm telling people that have day jobs, I want to encourage you to do your thing, yes, but never neglect your thing. Find a way to do what you want to do with your life, at least part-time, at least in some of the time. Tuesday, we did a talk on time.
We'll talk about time again Tuesday.
And we're going to talk about time and how we use our time again this upcoming Tuesday. But every day, we do have time to pursue our thing. Inch by inch, anything is a cinch, right? Even if you're doing a little bit, if you're going slowly, but if you're going in the right direction, you can still get there.
Yeah.
How we doing?
You're good. I got you.
Okay, good.
You'll hear the music.
I don't want to talk until I hear the music. I want to be well ahead of that. Here we go.
Anyway, the timekeeper. Too bad Katura's not on here. He is the
gosh.
Timekeeper, 1 minute 25.
Thank you, sweetheart. But today, I really want to hear the comments too, or what your feelings are about, throwing down bags, throwing down things that keep us from fighting for ourselves. And I want to say your life is worth fighting for. It's worth fighting for. The thing that you feel purpose to do is worth fighting for. Even if you get beat up once, twice, 3 times, 23 times, it doesn't matter. Keep fighting for what you're wanting in your life because your life matters greatly to somebody.
Stop banging on the table, please.
Okay.
But thank you. Yes, absolutely. Your life does matter, and you do have something very special and purposeful to bring to the universe.
All right.
I am Lisa Santiago.
And I'm Brian McNeil. Throw down your bags and fight for yourself.
This has been a live simulcast of About Last Night with 895themix.com, The People's Voice, The People's Choice, your station for personal conversation, business information, and spiritual inspiration. 895themix.com. Available online and on your TuneIn app. Thank you for joining.
Awesome. All right, guys.